Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
2024 has been a crazy year. It seems like all celebrities are being exposed as creeps or bad people. Brain rot has reached new levels of stupid. The United States of America is on the verge of falling apart. And it feels like everyone is beefing and fighting one another.
He a fan, he a fan, he a fan. He a fan, he a fan, he a...
In today's video, we are going to be unveiling the very best beefs that have culminated this year, providing a timeline and explanation for these top tier feuds. We have rappers, athletes, politicians. We cover it all. Let's get into it. To kick this topic off, there was a point where you could not spend a second on the internet without coming across new details or memes from this rivalry, the Drake versus Kendrick beef. There are a lot of lyrics and keyboard warrior type behaviors that we can analyze. Like, do we really think this dude's gonna stand on business in real life?
Wayne is my favorite person to work with though, because it's just, ooh, little Wayne, he's just too good.
Either way, let's talk about how this became hip-hop's biggest feud. It all started way back in 2012 when somebody that I used to know and call me maybe were at the top of the charts. Minecraft was the best game ever, and YouTube was still in its prepubescent prime. Big Sean made a song in 2013 when he still made good music called Control that featured the man himself, Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick, who had collaborated with Drake and many others, basically called out the entire industry in this song.
And that goes for Jamaica, Big Crit, Wale, Pusha T, Meek Mills, A$AP Rocky, Drake. I got love for you all, but I'm trying to you.
Apparently, Drake did not like this, noting he doubted what Kendrick was rapping about.
Where is Drake at with Control?
I'm probably like as done as like the rest of the world is with that record. It was like one of those sort of like fleeting like Twitter frenzies. It was cool for what it was.
But nothing really came from it back then. Drake actually had a serious beef with Meek Mill around this time, so he had a lot on his plate, releasing some top tier diss tracks.
Yeah, going back to back. I got the drink in me going back to back.
Fast forward to 2023, where the world has gotten drastically worse for all of us. Drake made a song with J. Cole called First Person Shooter, and Cole noted that the big three of hip-hop was him, Drake, and Kendrick.
Is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey or me? We the big three like we started a league.
Whatever it was that Kendrick ate for breakfast while listening to that song, he wanted nothing to do with J. Cole and Drake's big three.
Sneak this and first person shooter. I hope they came with 3 switch. Think I won't drop the location. I still got PTSD. Motherfuck the big three. It's just big me.
And after this, we were off to the races. Like I mentioned, you couldn't go a week without new beef details or a new diss track coming out from one of these guys, including Push-Ups, Euphoria, Tailor-Made, Family Matters, and more. These dudes were quite literally obsessed with one another. That is until really the kill shot from Kendrick Lamar in Not Like Us.
Certified lover boy, certified house. Wop, 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 wop. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
This song's been on repeat throughout everyone's playlists for months now. If you're Drake, can you really respond to that? We know you were trying to rizz up 11 from Stranger Things.
What about your relationship with Drake? Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about?
I love him. He's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. We just texted each other the other day and he was like, I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more.
Fast forward to today, not much else has come up. Kendrick solidified his victory and is preparing to perform the halftime show at the Super Bowl, while Drake seems to be having a midlife crisis.
Tight.
Switching to the realm of athletics, the only beef that actually got physical, Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. Like Drake versus Kendrick, this boxing feud has been going on for quite some time. As kids, they trained together and even fought against each other 6 times in amateur boxing before turning pro. The series was tied at 3 apiece, so it was a fight made in heaven for promoters as a true Game 7 in 2024. Everyone knew Ryan Garcia as the talented Instagram boxer coming off a loss to Tank Davis, and Devin Haney as a traditional boxer. Let's be real, boxing is kind of dead, which made it even more important that the build-up to this fight have as many unhinged and unfriendly moments as it did in order to sell the fight. Namely, Ryan Garcia was the party that was completely off the reservation, partying during camp, digging deep into conspiracy theories at night when he should be resting. Think of what you don't want to do during training. He did it pretty much.
This dude got clowned up. I barely tried, bro. I was drinking every day. On Monday, I was at Tao nightclub. Tuesdays, I was at Little Sister. Thursday, I went out. Friday, I was drinking. I was doing whatever I want. The day of the fight, I drank a Blue Moon. I was chilling, bro.
In press conferences, at times, he was making absolutely no sense. No one thought this dude was in the right headspace to fight. They thought he'd back out or was just looking for a quick bag.
NGQ, doing what I do. All white, looking nice. Okay, come through. I don't know if Ryan Garcia is taking the fight serious or not.
Maybe this was all by design as a genius marketing strategy, because by the time the fight came around, Ryan was not playing anymore. Ryan actually won the fight by majority decision, should have been unanimous really. But this was not the end of the rivalry. Maybe a big part in Ryan's win, while not really trying, was his alleged use of performance-enhancing drugs and needles up his butt in the build-up to the fight. He denies this, but now the fight is officially a no contest. After this came out, Garcia had to pay back some of the money he had won, and Haney is now suing him for battery and fraud as a result of the fight. If you ask me, that's kind of weak. You're a boxer, bro. You get paid to step in that ring and get hit. Don't turn into Karen and sue people when you fight a real fighter that can piece you. Either way, things have died down. Very possible that you'll see something resurface in the headlines down the road though. One of, if not the best part of celebrity beefs is how involved parasocial fans seem to get, which couldn't have been more clear in the Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark beef. Clark and Reese, especially Clark, took over the women's sports world for how great they were in college. Clark becoming clearly the GOAT in women's basketball. Would have had a ring if she wasn't surrounded by a bunch of corn-eating nobodies in Iowa, but these foes faced off originally in 2023 in the national championship. In the games leading up to the national championship, Clark hit a celebration that took over social media, inspired by John Cena, the "You Can't See Me" celly. In the national championship, where Clark's Iowa team faced off against Reese's LSU, LSU goes on to win the game, but the headline out of it were Reese's actions clearly pointed at the losing Clark, mocking her celebration and staring her down in the face of defeat. Angel apparently felt disrespected by Clark and was waiting to do her celebration right in her face.
How long were you sitting on the...
Oh, I was waiting. I'll tell you, I was waiting.
Were you waiting to pull out this?
Man,
this kind of the...
I don't take disrespect lightly, and she disrespected Alexis, but I had a moment at the end of the game, and I was in my bag. I was in my moment.
They both have noted that they don't think that there is any beef or ill will. You can be the judge off of Angel's actions. They met again the following year, 2024, in the Elite Eight, with Clark coming out on top this time, evening the series and really reigniting the rivalry. Maybe not in their eyes, but sports fans went crazy with this one. As is a common theme in 2024, if you have eyes, you can see that Angel is black, Caitlin is white, and somehow we've turned an unharmful rivalry in a game into a racial issue. Both sides are all over social media in defense of the player they associate with. If you ask me, it's really dumb. We're really getting worse as a society. The two were drafted into the professional league, bringing in massive amounts of attention, which Angel wants you to know is not just because of Caitlin.
I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
With the season dying down though, not much has come of this as of late. Angel got hurt, Caitlin seems to be getting bullied and snubbed from the Olympic team due to being a rookie, but did win Rookie of the Year. Maybe we can revisit this one during the 2025 season. I mentioned how Caitlin and Angel fans are nuts, but can you think of anyone worse than someone who is obsessed with a politician? Look no further than the Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump beef. If you're living under a rock or live in some third world country with no internet besides access to my YouTube channel, Harris and Trump are running for president of the United States. We must understand the backstory of this beef, which starts with Joe Biden, the current president who has had for a while beef with Donald J. Biden fought Trump in 2020 and won, despite what Donald tells you, and they were going at it again in 2024 at the ripe old ages of 80. Now, of the two, Biden seemed to be the most off of his rocking chair most of the time, not even knowing what planet he was on. A common theme for his presidency in the latter years, especially when he debated his foe.
Eligible for what I've been able to do with the with dealing with everything we have to do with look, if
ultimately, Donald got the best of him in a national debate, forcing the Democratic Party to scramble and kick Joe to the curb, bringing in Kamala Harris. Since Kamala has stepped up, there have been a lot of words exchanged. He said, she said, who's right, who's wrong, your standard presidential race activities. Despite several assassination attempts on Trump, they continue to go at it. They had a debate themselves, starting actually more cordial than the Biden debates with a handshake, and then getting into dogs and cats.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
And now, which we haven't seen before, these two are making appearances on podcasts and talk shows almost daily. Some you've never heard of, some most sane people dislike, and recently Joe Rogan.
But you know, it's interesting when you mentioned I was very popular, and all those people love me. I mean, some of these women, they're so stupid.
As mentioned, fans of these two politicians running for president make the feud even crazier. crazier. In this instance, you have celebrities who apparently have to make their opinion known, whether you're Elon Musk having an Asperger's attack or Taylor Swift crying over Travis Kelce. At the time I'm recording this, I don't know who ultimately wins. If you ask me, it's a lose-lose scenario, so who cares? It's sad that we can't keep things professional like they used to be. It's the reason for why it's included in this video. This country needs some help. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. Also, please feel free to comment below what you thought of the beefs throughout the year of 2024 and any I might have missed in this video. I'll leave one of my latest YouTube videos beside me here if you want to keep this train rolling. But anyways, hope you have a blessed day. Goodbye now.